Want to wish Duke all the very best in the next rounds. We came up against a good team, but I'm really proud of the team, the way we performed all season. It wasn't about tonight, it was about the entire season, and I couldn't be happier with the response that we've got, had, especially over the last month and postseason play. So can't speak highly enough of my team.
Let's go, Benjamin.
Following up on your take this season, where you guys got to, how do you plan to move forward?
I think we take excitement from it. We're going to miss players like Ashley, but we missed that we lost our captain with 2 weeks before the season, which was unexpected. So considering the season we've had without a leading player, that shows us that our development is working. Our players are getting better and better all the time. It's a shame that the season has to end now, but I think we all need a bit of an exhale and a bit of a breather, and I think we're looking forward to that. And I'm really excited for what this group can bring next year.
Coach, despite the result, what do you feel like was executed well tonight's game?
Well, I think we're disappointed to give up the set piece. I think we're disappointed to give up the corner. And the second goal came at a time when I felt like we were getting good moments on the ball and we were playing some good soccer. So we sort of got sucker punched with that second goal. But I was really pleased that when we did get on the ball, we tried to play the right way. The last 20 minutes in the game as well, we tried to push numbers forward and create something. And that's something we talked about before the game, against a team like Duke, where you're going to have to concede possession. That's just the reality of it. But when you do get opportunities to get on the ball, we've got to play like the way we've played all season. So some of those good possession moments and counter-attacks is what we've had success with for most of the year.
Coach, a lot of teams coming into a game like this, you're playing a 2 seed, nationally ranked, a College Cup possibility, will sit in a low block and just defend and hope for a break somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
You didn't do that, and I'm wondering why.
Yeah, let's pick your poison. So you can either drop off and invite all the pressure, or you can play like the way we've been playing, and I felt like we were a bit of a hybrid, because at times I felt we were a bit too low. So we try to get forward. And it's not just about today's game, it's about framing today going into next season. Because if we can compete in this kind of game, then when we hit conference next season, then we'll feel really confident about our performance tonight. And we also had a 0-0 against NC State in season, which was a good result. So anytime you can test yourself against a Power 4 team and try and compete and try and be yourself as often as you can, we just felt like we would get more out of the game with that approach than we would just totally sitting back and getting nothing out of the game. Nothing wrong with that style of play. I just don't feel like our players would fully buy into that. Now, you saw throughout the game there's moments where you have to do that regardless. And when we did that, I thought we defended very well.
What did Duke do well, as far as sort of sustaining their offensive attack throughout the game, and how was that challenge?
How was the challenge for their attack?
No, how was that challenge, defending their attack?
Was defending their attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to answer that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were pressing a lot of people high on our line. So keeping our high line like we like to do all season is something that was a bit of a challenge, because we had a lot of runners coming in. And then just tracking their aggressive runs. They're very good at playing balls on the inside channel. So just forcing them out and just really tracking runners, I think, was the biggest thing. And I thought we did well for the most part.
I think to piggyback what Ava's saying, when you analyze your opponent, which the challenge for us that there wasn't many common opponents, so that was a bit of a challenge looking at film. But there wasn't many teams who defended the box the way we did tonight. I think Pitt lost here 5-0, if I get that right. But there's some big teams that have come in and lost with a lot of goals. So we knew that those moments were going to happen. But filling the box with the 2 layers and our attitude to recover and defend, as opposed to just sitting off all the time, I think our recovery defending was excellent.
For AO, you logged the full 90 tonight, and also this comes off of a whole 110 in the conference semifinal. How did that workload and that experience help shape how you wanted to approach today's match?
I've gotten a lot of experience this season, and I think I've really grown as a player. And I think it just it makes me more confident on the ball, off the ball, knowing that I can play with top 10 team. And I just think confidence is key in this game. Like, I think we all went into this game thinking that we had a shot, and I think the result shows that we did. So yeah, just confidence, a lot of confidence.
Any more questions?
Any questions for Ashley?
Could you just talk about your season and about, the experience getting to postseason play?
It's been pretty fun. I guess getting into the tournament, I guess there was a period in our season where it was more, are we actually gonna even make playoffs? And I think that's when the whole team kind of decided to dig in, and we started winning games back to back, and made playoffs. And then obviously we really worked to dig our way to the conference final, and we didn't give up in the conference final. And I think that was super important, because I think after they scored with less than 2 minutes left in the conference final, it would have been really easy to be or just give up. But sticking through the 20 minutes and then being able to still pull that out in penalties was kind of just a look at what our whole season has been from start to finish. So I thought that was great.
Josh, go ahead.
Ashley, you came into this tournament after scoring the game winner at William and Mary and assisting in the championship match. You've now reached double-digit points across your 4 seasons. When you reflect on that body of work, what does that mean to you personally as a player?
It's great. I love being able to help the team. I guess obviously getting assists, getting goals has been super helpful for the team and the success this year and in past years. I don't know, it's just great.
Ashley's strength is also a weakness. She's very modest. Yeah. Ashley's been a massive part of our success, not just this year, but since day one. Yeah, been huge.
For Ashley and David, with this being your final games, what advice do you have for the players who will be returning next year?
Well,
So I'm actually coming back.
grateful Ava's
Yeah, I'm
returning.
coming back next year. No, yeah. But Ashley.
It's all yours, Ash.
Advice, I guess. I think one of the most important things is to have a good attitude, and keeping that throughout the entire season always works out better than if the attitude is lacking. So I think any freshmen coming in or any players returning, making sure the attitude is there, wanting to win, wanting to do the best for the team, I think that's super important for the team culture, for winning games, for making it into playoffs and stuff.
I also think with this year, it's shown that we actually can win our conference and we can compete with teams like Duke. So just coming in believing that we actually can do it. I think part of last year is we didn't fully have the confidence that we could go all the way. And now that we've seen it, I want everyone to take confidence from that and move forward with our season, acting like we are the best in the conference.
Let's go final question right here with Josh.
Coach, this roster this year featured 12 different goal scorers and major contributions all around the pitch. Can you talk about the depth and versatility that the squad builds? And also, what do you believe that this season brings to raise the standard and and the long-term success for Elon women's soccer?
Well, they've wrote their own history. So when you recruit, you tend to draw on the past. So we won a conference a few years ago. So when I'm recruiting, I'm saying, hey, this is what this program's capable of. We want to get back here again. So I think the biggest thing is that this group of players has wrote their own chapter, which is really important. And yeah, we don't really have that one player who we rely on, which is a strength of ours. We've got lots of strong, talented, dynamic attacking players. And the stats are a reflection of what practice is like every day. We just get all kinds of players scoring goals, influencing the game. It's a weapon that we've used all year because it gives us good rotations. It adds a bit of unpredictability if you're playing against us. So if you're scouting us, you don't really know who to go and mark, which is a massive strength. But we've had a collective effort. I feel like this group has really been together from day one. Do you guys agree with that? I think it's just, and we don't really put anyone on a pedestal, and we don't make anyone a superstar. Players who didn't play tonight are as important as players who played 90. So that's just the mentality in the group, and I think we've got an advantage over teams in our conference because of that. We've got some depth of that.